Hi, my name is Joe, and today we're going to be reacting to Three Houses banner number 3,000,000. Hopefully I don't have to summon on this, but Three Houses get so much special treatment. Every time they get re-released, they have Powercrept preference skills and bring really stupid stuff into the game. I don't think this is going to be any different, but let's get into it. We already saw these units briefly during the Bay channel, but now this is the full shebang. Who are we starting with? Edelgard, who once again is an axe armor. How original. However, the artwork is nice. She has Assault Troop 4, which we'll get to in a second. Alright. Eagle's Heart. So this is an armored unit that has a preference weapon with Canto. Remaining 1 min 2. Very interesting. Slaying. After Canto, if unit entered combat on the current turn, grants another action to unit. And re-enables Cantos. And it's once per turn. Really stupid, but it plays into Edelgard's whole Raging Storm gimmick. If unit initiates combat or the number of adjacent allies is less than or equal to 1, inflicts penalty on foes, attack defense equal to 20% of unit's defense at start of combat, +6, unit deals X times 5, which is the number of bonuses and penalties, blah blah blah. This is the new thing that they're doing, max 5. So 25 true damage, it looks like, and reduces damage from foes' attacks by X times 3, which is like 15, during combat, and also reduces damage by 15 from specials. Really, really good. And 1 special jump before your first attack, and 7 healing. A lot of people are going to be mad about the 7 healing because Double Fury, Wings of Mercy stuff is out the window, but I feel like it's fine, especially with more anti-warping stuff being in the game. But, I mean, this is just a really good weapon. And being able to stack the flat DR with, like, Seteth and Future Witness, and, like, if you have Tamara as well, that's more special DR. Like, yeah, unit's gonna be hard to kill. Armored Blaze, Sly Sturdy Blow, so this is the attack defense version of Sly, which, if you're unfamiliar, you get a guaranteed follow-up, a shitload of stats, and 5 true damage if you have like 2 or more bonuses, or the opponent has 2 or more penalties. So I'm going to start from the bottom here, because it's brief. Assault Force 4, which is called Assault Rush. At start of turn, if unit's HP is 100%, or any foes within 3 columns or 3 rows, okay, so always, grants attack 6, and unit can move 1 extra space, and charge to unit for 1 turn. So that's how she gets to move like 3-4 spaces. And if unit initiates combat, get attack +5 and special cooldown count -1 to unit before unit's first attack. Come on, son. Does she really need this? So she gets 2 special jump. And if there's a 3rd special jump in the B slot, I wouldn't be surprised. But Assault Force 4 seems pretty good, especially for player phase armors like every Edelgard. Alright, Pure Storm. Like I said, they always power creep these B skills on the Three Houses units until the game ends. We're gonna have like 5 different versions of them. Anyway, at start of turn and after unit acts, if Canto triggers after Canto, inflicts attack defense -7, exposure, and sabotage on closest foes and foes within 2. Really, really good seeking support. And that just is going to help her hit even harder with her multi-actions. She's going to be able to take advantage of all this stuff because she's going to attack like 3 people a turn. If target has entered combat aside from this combat on the current turn, and unit initiates combat, target cannot trigger their special. Okay, so if the person Edelgard is attacking has entered combat from somebody else, or I guess if it takes more than 1 engage from Edelgard, and you engage into them, they cannot trigger their special, period. Not just defensive specials. They can't trigger specials, period. And this is kind of where the game is headed. One of the only things they can do left as far as power creep is, let's just turn everything off. And right now, for the past year, basically the entire game has been specials. And in the last 6 months, we've just been seeing more and more special creep, more and more special jump, special jump support, multiple special jump in one unit, and now the answer to that is to just turn it all off. This unit has 2 special jump already without finishing this B skill, and is able to turn off people's specials. Really crazy, especially for a Gale Force unit. Anyway. Unit initiates combat where the number of allies adjacent to unit is less than or equal to 1. Attack defense -5 on foe, 20% of unit's defense base true damage, and 50% DR shred. Solid. Unit initiates combat and number of allies adjacent to unit is less than or equal to 1. After combat, grants another action to unit once per turn. Okay, so she's getting a dance from the weapon, number 1, and then she gets dance number 2 from the B skill. So she gets up to 3 things a turn, assuming you don't have an actual dancer. But this is going to be a very popular Wings of Mercy, like, follow-up thing. Even with someone like the New Year's Tana, that lets everybody warp in after they enter combat once, or like even when they use a rally, I think, everybody can warp in. So even though this unit has the 7 HP healing, if you run something like Tana and just like use an assist or like repo her in, I don't think it'll be a problem. You can still warp everybody in and have a good time. The name of the game here is Special Jump and true damage out the fucking wazoo. She has what, like 25 true damage here, 5 in the A slot per attack, and then 20% of her defense is also added onto the true damage from the B skill. And she has 2 special jump. Really, really good. I am sick of it though. I'm sick of these 3 houses characters, even though I like the game and I like the character. They just, I don't know. As far as designing is concerned, it's just so easy for them to be like, huh, there's a seasonal banner, and we need to fill up all 4 slots. Let's just put the 3 lords and then maybe one other character that isn't Byleth. They've done this like 4,000 times, dude. This is the one I'm kind of most excited for, I'm not gonna lie, because of this new special. Real talk, the one I'm really excited for is Claude, because I want a good Claude, god damn it. I want a good Claude that's good for more than 2 weeks. Anyway, we'll get to that. Lion's Heart, he's a sword cav. Canto remaining 1, minimum 2. Accelerate special trigger. Also, have you noticed that these weapons, this one and Edelgard's, they don't have a maximum? Other weapons with Canto remaining have maximums, right? Am I stoned? Let me know in the comments. But this implies more movement creep. IMO. We'll see. So he has Canto, Slaying. After Canto, oh my god, he has it too. Please tell me Claude has it too, at least. After Canto, if unit enters combat, blah blah blah, you get another action. Okay. At start of turn, if unit is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants unit can move 1 extra space to unit. Does not stack. Grants the following statuses on unit and allies within 2 spaces for 1 turn. Neutralize penalties on unit. Really, really good. And special cooldown charge +1 per attack. Kind of an outdated effect, but, you know, guard still pops up every now and again, and, like, scowl, and, like, it's fine for whatever player phase unit. And then, if unit initiates combat or is within 2 of an ally, grants Omni 15% of unit speed +5. Unit deals damage +X times 5. Same thing as Edelgard, max 5, so it's going to be 25 true damage. And reduces damage from foes' first attack by 15. Same thing as Edelgard, I think. And reduces damage by an additional X times 3 when foes attack triggers foe special. Yeah. This is like the same weapon, dude. It's just so lazy. It's so fucking lazy that they just put the 3 houses lords on any seasonal banner. They copy-paste the weapon effect. Whatever, dude. And then it just is like the most powerful banner ever, by the way. Same thing happened with the winter 3 houses banner. It was just the highest power in the entire game. Anyway, this is a new inheritable special, Haze Slice. 3 cooldown, boost damage by 35% of unit's attack. And if unit initiates combat, get 1 special jump and reduce damage from foe's attack by 40%. This is kind of just, this is like their first foray into making all of these effects just generally accessible. Everything in 1 special. You get damage, you get special jump, you get unpierceable DR. There's nothing more you can ask for. It's kind of boring, but like, this is now something you can give to anybody. I assume it's not like cav locked, but we'll see. So he has attack speed XL, really, really good. Bunch of stats, bunch of flat DR. More flat DR, more better. Shadow shift, this guy's gonna canto a lot. He's gonna re-enable himself a lot, so getting 2 actions and then shadow shifting somebody in to clean up, yeah, I have no doubt that all of these units are gonna work well together, assuming they all have the same stupid effect. And then we have Pure Atrocity, oh boy. If unit initiates combat or is within 2 spaces of an ally, speed defense -5 on foe, 25% of units attack true damage. That's a lot. Grants special cooling count -1. Okay, so he gets another special jump. Neutralizes the effect that guarantees foes follow-up attacks. Ooh, and full no follow-up. You love to see that. You actually love to see that. If you've been following my videos for any amount of time, you know that I keep saying null follow-up is getting more rare on the more modern units because there's just so many things they want to cram in, and null follow-up kind of falls to the wayside. So a lot of the time you have to outsource it, but he has it built into the B slot. Really, really good. 50% DR shred. After combat, if unit attacked, neutralize 2 bonus effects on target and any foe within 2. Okay, dude. Okay. We're really doing this? Nidhogg is in the game, but we're really doing this? Okay. And applies Divine Vein Haze on target space and on each space within 2 for 1 turn. This is crazy. You get a shitload of true damage, you get another special jump, you get null follow-up, which is huge, you get DR piercing, and then you get bonus turning offing on like the whole team. And then Divine Vein Haze, which is like really, really good, especially against like Hector teams, where you can just like replace the stones on their team with haze. The whole range. Absolutely huge. This is crazy. I can almost forgive this if Claude is also stupid. But historically, Claude is always the one that just, he's good for a second, then he's gone in a flash. Literally, if they just make his new B skill special jump and a bunch of unpierceable DR instead of the big pierceable DR on like Fallen Star, whatever, then we're in there. I'm pretty sure it is special jump though, because we saw it in the trailer when he attacked that the B skill came up. I also love this art. Also, okay, I have to say, these devs are also the biggest cowards in the world because they keep making these cool alts on the pre-time skip one. Make a cool post-time skip, Edelgard, Claude, and Dimitri. Every single friggin' alt, outside of the Braves, because that's a given, and the legendaries, every single, like, seasonal alt has been the young versions. Grow some balls. Let me see some facial hair and an eye patch and all that stuff. Let me see it. I also don't understand why Edelgard is an axe again, and Claude is a blue bow again. Claude has not been a red bow before. He has been every other color bow before, and, well, he's been a green dagger and a blue dagger, but I'll count that. But, yeah, he's never been a red anything, but he's a blue bow here. God, please. You couldn't have at least given him distant counter or close counter in his kit so you don't have to run shitty prime? Why are you doing this to my boy? Anyway, Canto remaining, minimum 1, slaying, and after Canto, you self-dance. Cool, he gets it. At start of turn, if unit is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants null follow-up and preempt pulse to allies within 2? Son, we are so back. Preempt pulse is only on Emblem Lin right now, and it's basically just special jump as a status. And NFU, like I just said, super, super important to be able to outsource to anybody you want. Already fantastic. Self-dance, NFU, and preempt pulse support. Huge. If unit initiates combat or is within 2, grants Omni 15% of unit speed, +5, neutralizes foes' bonuses to speed and defense. That's really good. Deals +X times 5. This is going to be 25. And tempo, and 7 HP after. Okay, sounds good to me. So instead of giving him special jump in the weapon, he gets it via preempt pulse and also gives it out. Alright, we can compromise. Curve shot, good, especially good on Claude, assuming that this is going to be a bunch of unpierceable DR. I can only pray. But let's start from the top and the bottom. Why couldn't we just give this poor guy close counter in his preference B or the weapon? Why are we making him run this bullshit? Please make it stop. Anyway. Prime, attack speed, insight hone. So we're getting insight 5. At start of turn, if unit is within 2 space of an ally, grants attack speed +6, insight to allies within 2. And then grants bonus to units attack speed during combat equal number of allies on the map with the insight effect. Ooh, that's interesting. So you can get up to 7 attack speed just from the C slot, and then you're also getting the attack speed from insight and then the visible. This is cool. So he gives out preempt pulse, insight, and NFU for free. Like, pretty good support value, honestly. Will you probably want to put something like soaring guidance on him? It's possible, but we'll see. Then we get into pure Starfall. If I see any pierceable DR on here, I am going to cry. If unit initiates combat, or if Deep Star is active on unit. So it's the same thing. It's not a new status. Fuck off. Inflicts speed defense -5 on foe. More true damage, 50% DR shred, scowl, which is really nice. Unit initiates combat, reduces damage from foe's first attack by 80%. It's pierceable. It's the same shit. It's the same shit, man. Fuck. But if unit initiates combat, grants a Deep Star, which we know, and Vantage to unit. Okay, now we're talking. That's cool. That is cool. Especially since he has preempt pulse, so he can get a instant curve shot and then have that DR to protect him on the way back. Cool. Oh. And inflicts gravity on target and foes within 1. Son. Gravity has been in the game since day 1. And there is a reason they spread this shit around so sparingly. That shit is busted. That shit puts the sails out no matter what player you're fighting. That shit is strong. So we can come in, attack you with instant curve shot, live on the retaliation, and then debuff the shit out of you, and then get out. I am mostly okay with this. I really just, like... The man doesn't have any flat DR, right? There's no flat DR here? Yeah. There's no flat DR on the weapon, dude. They couldn't even have just tossed him like 7. You keep trying to make him a bulky, mixed phase, flying, ranged unit. Every single one. That's the goal. And they don't go full throttle with it. They don't go through with it. It's a half measure. Every single time. Literally, if it was just like 7 flat DR, that would be enough. But no, we still gotta contend with this 80% pierceable bullshit. My man got snuffed again. He does kill Halloween Asker, though, which is a very bulky unit. But notice he takes a shitload from Halloween Asker. Wow, Gustav, what a great example. Kill him in 1 hit. Alright, what are they gonna do with these degenerates? They couldn't afford the English voice actors again. Huge day for the weirdos that have a thing for dragons anyways. So, we got Devoted Breath. They better not have fucking self-dance, I'll tell you that much. This is an armor, right? Yeah, okay. You get Slaying. Neutralize effective against dragons. Pretty cool for a dragon save to have. Then you get the dragon thing. For allies within 3 spaces of unit, grants defense res +5 and 7 flat DR on the first attack. That's really good. Let's assume that she also gets that. For allies within 3 spaces of unit, if foe initiates combat... Uh-oh. Am I reading this right? If you're within 3, if foe initiates combat, you get a miracle. You get a 3-space drive miracle on enemy phase. Yikes. Okay. Once per turn. Okay. We're doing this. I mean, look, Fatal Smoke exists. Fatal Smoke 4 exists. I put it on my Lin for a reason, but this is still really crazy. R.I.P. Fallen Maria. We barely knew ye. If foe initiates combat or foe's HP is greater than 75% at start of combat, grants attack, defense, res, 20% of units res at start of combat, +5, so a lot. And 15 true damage, because if you are saving somebody, it automatically counts as 15. So, okay, 15 true damage, and reduces damage from foes' attacks by X, which is 15. On a savior, that's a lot. Unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack and 50% DR shred, good. And also, if unit's HP, oh my god, she has miracle. Just period, she has miracle if foe initiates combat. Okay, so she gives out miracle within 3 on enemy phase, and she gives out 7 flat DR, which is really cool. And then she also has miracle. What else you got? Dragon Roar, it's fine. Unpierceable DR, Def Res Scowl, really good. Lower ground, I assume this is just anti-warping near save, right? So it's just the counterpart to higher ground. Anti-warp near save, really, really good. And then we have preference B, Pure Dragon Wall. So you get Phantom Res +5 instead of 7. I guess they're scared. If your res is greater than foe's res, reduce damage from attacks and from AoE specials, huge, by the following percentage. If it is unit's first combat initiated by unit or first combat initiated by foe, percentage equals difference between stats, max 60. Okay. Otherwise, max 40. Okay. This is pierceable because it's Dragon Wall. What else you got? Inflicts attack, defense, res -5 on foe. Deals damage equal X% of unit's res, so more true damage. X equals 30 if it's your first one, huh? So you get 30% of your res as true damage, and then 15 on top of that. She's gonna hit decently hard. Reduces damage from foes' attacks by X of unit's res, including AoE specials again. Whoa. 2 layers of AoE special damage reduction? Okay. Sigurd's dead. I'm sorry, Sigurd's actually dead. If that's real. Look up here. If your res is greater than foe's res, reduce damage from attacks during combat and from AoE specials. So that's 1. And that's up to 60%. And then AoE specials obviously don't, have the rules of damage reduction. So this is always going to be 60 or 40. And then you have reduced damage from foe's attacks by 20 or 30% of your res, including AoEs. So this character is just going to be immune to AoEs, especially if you add on, like, the stones on top of it. Yeah, dude. This character is the answer to Sigurd, I think. Like, the actual nail in the coffin for Sigurd. That's kind of crazy. And then she gets full tempo and scowl again? How does this work with if you have double scowl on the same attack? Is it actually -2? Because the only other time this has been a thing, kind of, is Fallen Veil, where you get scowl on the first hit and then again on the second hit, but that's 2 different attacks. If you have double scowl on one attack, is it actually -2 or +2? We'll have to see. Cancer if true, but yeah. And then she gets special jump before the first attack. And then, at start of turn and after combat, if dragon or beast ally is on player team, or if unit is within 2 of an ally, restores 10 HP to unit. At start of turn and after combat. This unit was put on the earth to do one thing, and it's to take AoEs for the boys. Rip Sigurd, we barely knew ye. That's crazy. This unit, single-handedly, is gonna bring defense back on the map, I think. Because the biggest problem with defense is trying to accommodate for every single broken offense strategy, and the nukes are just so strong right now. But now, since you give out Miracle and 7 flat DR and have AoE damage reduction and anti-warping, like, yeah. Sigurd engaged teams are gonna be struggling. Except probably Edelgard because Lamau. I don't know. Duo button neutralizes foes' bonuses during combat and Divine Vein Stone for 2 turns. This is really good. 2 turns of stone. This unit is going to be number 1 in summoner duels, I will tell you right now. That's crazy. Oh, let's see. Sigurd's coming in. They're showing it in the trailer. Let me see that again. You guys saw that, right? He just took 0. He took 0. Or she took 0 from the Sigurd AoE. It's chalked. It's over. It's actually over. Let me see this. Sigurd's done. They killed him again, and then Hubert is the free unit, and I think there's a data mine showing what his weapon does, and I heard it's okay, but I didn't actually look at it. Anyway. I'm sick of this, dude. Okay, dude, so, gathering my thoughts, power creep has once again peaked, and once again it's because of 3 houses. Every single time, dude, every single time. They get so much preferential treatment, I am sick of it, and the other thing that I'm sick of is Edelgard always being the best, and then and then Claude always being the worst. And I don't think that's going to change this time, even though Dimitri seems pretty good, and is probably the most unique out of the 3. I just wanted to see some flat DR on Claude, dude. That's literally all I wanted. Commit to making him the mixed phase tank that you want him to be. Stop pussying out with this 80% pierceable shit. It's not good. It's not good. Anyway, every unit on this banner is strong. I have to pull on it, unfortunately. Like people say that CYL ushers in a new power level for the game, it's really just 3 houses banners. I'm not joking. The 3 houses Christmas banner like a year and a couple months ago was the strongest banner in the history of the game. This is now probably the strongest banner in the history of the game, and it's 3 houses again. That's all I'm saying. I'm sick of it. But, I'll see you tomorrow when I pull. I don't know how many times you can spark, but if you can spark more than 1 time, I'm probably going to. And if I don't get anything before the spark, and you only get 1 spark, it'll probably have to be Rhea, unfortunately, because that support is going to save Aether Raid's defense. But yeah, that's going to be it for me today. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate you. If you liked it, let me know. Leave a comment. If you didn't like it, let me know. Leave a comment. I'll see you tomorrow for the summoning video. Have a good one. Bye.